Study that says we shouldn't eat.
No, we're not doing that.
This light bulb can monitor your Wi-Fi.
So you think it's like a giant?
I'm not going to lie, I've never seen a coil design like this perform such an accurate physical representation of levitation. It almost looks like the coil is made of copper pipe. Sorry for getting in the way of the video here. But that is creating levitation off of induction. Different.
Yo, that is kind of hard to see. Like, I had to go watch it on my other screen as well, but it's like the way the magnet is positioned, it just don't feel authentic. It just feels like CGI, or is that just how it's supposed to be? Actually, now he placed it. This one looks fine. The magnet one just feels so weird and like this like gel-like thing. Like, what is this? How is this possible? I'm pretty sure he's just making moonshine. Nah, that must be it. Oh, we got my wife in the house. Nice to see you, Lively Void. Always a pleasure. Lively Void is my wife. All right. Interesting. See, this right here is like CGI. What is that? He dropped some lava in there. What was that like lava ball? I don't believe. Electromagnetic levitation. What was the levitation? Aluminum, copper, and magnesium. So these were all in some kind of vortex, and there's no cool explanation. It was just like a coil. So was the coil magnetized? What was magnetized? Diamagnetic and paramagnetic materials levitate using induction frequencies. So induction is used, coils are used. We need to make this a dodecahedron, and then we'll truly unlock.
Yeah. Let's go to the mountain. Yeah.
Interesting. The study that says we shouldn't eat animal-based diets and have meat, funded by people who sell fake meat.
Is genetically modified pea protein smothered in glyphosate and other neurotoxins that are banned in every other country in the world, and also for good measure mixed with inflammatory canola oil. This is the playbook. You have the NIH saying that Cheerios are healthier than organic quinoa. You shamefully have the NIH jointly with food companies saying that a diet 91% in ultra-processed food was actually healthy and nutritious. And you recently had a group of conflicted Harvard doctors bashing a leading scientific journal for questioning ultra-processed food. Rachel, this is all an effort that I saw firsthand by the food industry to convince us that ultra-processed food, which is much more profitable than natural food, is healthy. And it's a bizarre world because the opposite is true. We're getting sick and the environment's being destroyed because of our farming processes that give us ultra-processed food.
Yeah, that's so. And ultra-processed food is more profitable than natural good food.
Ultra-processed food is a profitable market, but now you go into a market and you don't see anything but bioengineered foods. Even the things that you think are natural are bioengineered. So this was some guy that's exposing the industry. Hey, the pea plant-based materials also have glyphosate in them. So, glyphosate real bad. Hey, it's messing with all the things. It's messing with your it's in everything at this point. At this point, you're not avoiding. You're eating the healthy poison. You're finding a way. You're finding a way to keep going.
Call Roundup, starting with chicken nuggets, though. Why the company says don't eat them. Check your freezer. Impossible Foods is recalling some of its chicken nuggets made from plants and wild nuggies because they make it take bits of wood. This includes 13.5-ounce and 2-pound packages with Best Buy dates in January and February of next year.
So what's really in the food we eat? Because according to this report, not only is Impossible Foods selling chicken nuggets with wood in it, the company Purdue is also selling chicken nuggets made from wood.
Got wood in it.
Already selling milk made from wood.
Wood.
And we already know Parmesan cheese is poison.
Got wood in it.
Also made with wood. Makes you wonder if all this is done intentionally. And so-called plant-based meat is no better. So be aware of what you eat.
Wait, what is this? Back-to-back Nutritional things. Okay, so yeah, the chicken nuggets got wood. The pink slime's not pink slime, and the pink slime's pink wood. Wait, what? I don't know. I mean, it's just wood. We're gonna be healthy, right? We can eat wood. We can process wood. How can it be bad? It's natural. It's natural. It's as natural as you can get. Oh, have they done things to the wood? Oh boy. I don't know how I feel about this. There's fillers and everything. I recently learned that chicken nuggets in one of the video reactions was like 50% of the meat in chicken nuggets isn't meat. and it's actually more than 50%. They were like, hey, it says 100% white meat, but you go and find out that there's something else. There's something else. What's causing all this? And you have that one chicken nugget that always tastes different than the others. And you're like, why was that one different? What was wrong with it? Was that a different wood? Did they use mahogany instead? I don't understand.
Is quite misleading, because when you pick up a jug of vegetable oil and you see beautiful tomatoes and lettuce and red onions, the oil ain't made from that. It's always made from soybean oil. And these soybeans are not only GMO, but to turn it into oil in this jug, they have to use so much process, heat, and refinement that the oil becomes oxidized. And they have to use a deodorizer to make it edible. This is one of the most inflammatory oils ever. If a recipe ever calls for canola oil or soybean oil or vegetable oil for baking or savory, swap it out with avocado oil. This is anti-inflammatory. This is about as inflammatory as they get.
Yo, I've been hearing about this anti-inflammatory diets and stuff. Like, it's a real thing. You can actually do this. Yo, that was wild that none of the ingredients on the picture are actually used in the making of that oil. And now I'm starting to wonder about corn oil. I mean, they got to use corn, right? Wait, is corn oil still a thing?
How do you avoid a root canal? What happens if you get an infection? Well, it's pretty simple. Number one, that's not going to happen when you're using the black cumin seed oil ongoing. But let's just say you didn't know about this. You get an infection. Now you got a problem. You don't want to take antibiotics. You simply go and get the unrefined sea salt from the store. And you can really get any sea salt. Just make sure it's not heavy metals and microplastics. And you put 2 tablespoons inside of a glass of water. You stir it in until it's fully dissolved. A glass of water about this big. That's about 16 ounces. And you get it fully dissolved. It's super, super strong, right? You take that water and you sip that throughout the day. You fill your mouth up throughout the day and you swish it. You got to swish it for a couple of minutes. It's going to be really salty. It's irritating, but what it does, it goes in, that your body absorbs that in there, and this stuff nukes infections. Just try it out and you'll see. All the swelling will go away, all the pain will go away, and just do that until that tooth is back again. You don't need to kill the tooth.
Yo, but infections and root canal? I don't know. Sometimes there's the point of no return and you're like, buddy, we can't save the tooth. And then what was it? There was some like gum, xylitol gum? No, there was some crazy gum we recently heard about. Like there was some lady that chewed on it and her... she didn't need a root canal anymore because somehow it reversed everything to come.
¡Ya! ¡Tírate! ¡Así! ¡Esto no es nada! ¡Yo tengo
I did not. Yo, when he was like, when you have stolen 7 lives of a cat, I thought it was going to be some superhuman thing, but that's not what I expected at all. Did you not know you had... This is staged. This has to be staged. That was just way too realistic. And what's his issue with time? I mean, there's many issues with TWC. Don't come after me. I'm just watching. There is no way. That scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is this? Are we just exposing like view bots here? Dude, how many cell phones is this? What is this? How do you what are these guys doing? They just enter a username and then boom, free views and clicks and thumbnails? on their thumbnails. Oh man. Oh, and it's reading news articles. You see that one? That one was reading a news article. Oh man, what is this? How easily can you do something like this? And what happens if you get caught? How much, like, you don't need much bandwidth to actually do this, you know? Like, each one of these things, like, you have a gigabyte cable. Wait, why am I trying to decipher how to do? Whoa, was that a network? I think that was a server hub on the right side. Wait, keep going to the right. This guy's on, like, some code here. What is that, Visual Studio? Yeah, what is this? Pause. This looks, I thought it was a network switch, but then I'm like, yo, why aren't any of these plugged in? But then, man, they're cable management. I'm sorry. I'm getting way too into this.
Well, if you're a conspiracy theorist, this upcoming iOS 18 update might not be for you. And it needs to be talked about immediately, because how is nobody questioning this? I swear, humans are so easily entertained, it's actually scary. First of all, let's start off with the fact that while it might seem cool, your front-facing camera will allow you to use your device with your eyes. Yes, your eyes, literally tracking them as they move. And while this might seem cool for users with physical disabilities, you are literally capable, like it says here, of navigating through the elements of an app and use dwell control to activate each element, accessing additional functions such as physical buttons, swipes, and other gestures solely with their eyes. I think we're getting a little bit too advanced here, people. And if that's not sketchy, you will literally be able to lock any app. Yes, lock your apps and even hide them as well. So say goodbye to monogamy, ladies and gentlemen. But the biggest one yet is the fact that Siri is getting an extreme AI update, which will allow it to quite literally have access to everything in your phone, including your location, your text messages, see every single photo on your device as well, and even pick out via voice command a specific photo you have throughout your entire album to its most precise wording, such as asking Siri to find a specific photo from years ago with a specific individual. The good thing is the fact that right now, AI capabilities, as we know, will only be available on the iPhone 15 Pro, which I'm guessing people wouldn't want after hearing what's coming. I've seen the show The 100 and the movie Terminator, so I'm good. Wink, wink. But if this is for you, then so be it. Go for it. After looking into Senate Bill 1409, I don't really know. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and go look into Senate Bill 1409. Then things get really interesting.
I don't know how I feel about this, but at the same time, eye tracking is a thing that's needed even for virtual reality, even for augmented reality. We need to know where you're looking so we can display the appropriate information. So I know it's always existed. I guess now they're just showing you the capabilities. And I've seen this in some podcasts where someone's talked about, hey, I can move things with my eyes. I blink, I select apps. I do 3 blinks, other things happen. I wink, something happens. So it is possible to help, you know, anyone that's a quadriplegic or paraplegic, literally anyone that's handicapped, make, you know, instead of getting the whole crazy Stephen Hawking chair, hey, boom, I can do this on an iPhone. It's staring at me and I can interact. That's still pretty cool, I think. I think that's a needed thing. And now comes the scary part. Oh God, the AI. It's Siri's you get out of here. You get out of here. You got an Alexa, you got an OK Google in your room. All right. Nothing scary. As soon as you got your cell phone, it was already tracking you. So if you're already scared about that, go get your RFID pouch. Go put it in your cell phone in there. Stop all the things. Turn off your Wi-Fi. No, don't do any of this. We're already beyond the point of no return. And you know you need that assistant. Hey, Teddy, I need something to tell me when to take my pills. You see? Hey, Teddy, I need something to tell me when to wake up. You see? And if it's just smarter, it's like, hey, Saturdays and Sundays, I just turn off because I know you ain't working. It knows everything. It knows your schedule. It knows when your next doctor's appointment is. It knows the friends that you met years ago.
Anyone else noticed this in Whole Foods? Because I just saw it and it's raking me out. Hey, we got the bagels with a bioengineered food ingredient. The green beans contains a bioengineered food ingredient. The mashed potatoes, bioengineered food ingredient. Vegan brownies. Cookies, bioengineered food ingredient. Bioengineered food ingredient.
Wait, I feel like I was just saying this. Yo, you walk into a grocery store, it's all bioengineered foods. Like, you ain't gonna find anything that's natural, right? Unless you're like celiac or something. But even then, they're removing gluten and stuff. They're removing things out of that food. So is it really natural when you're removing, you know? Oh, boy. Guys, this can all be explained. It wasn't aliens. It was just this one-man operation. You know, we got that one guy doing all the things. I mean, if one guy can do all the things, imagine how much 200 people can do. And if they all do the right things and get all the wood and do all these things, because it's all realistic and can be done. Here's the proof. Here's the proof. He's doing this with tons and tons. Doesn't explain the cutting, doesn't explain the location, just tells you how it's moved.
We all know the Earth is actually... Okay, no, we're not doing that. What? Yeah, we're doing this? For real? Why do I have to be that guy? What is beyond the ice wall of Antarctica? Disclaimer, obviously a theory and should be considered for entertainment purposes only. Yes, this is the ridiculous Earth plane theory, or at least a part of it. Now, personally, I think this map is complete bullcrap. There's just countless evidence that goes against it. Before ever even considering a theory, you always need to look for some sort of tangible proof. And these mysterious blue shards reported in a leak from Antarctic research labs are a little more revealing. They were leaked by this helicopter engineer who was contracted to work at McMurdo Station in Antarctica from 1997 to the year 2000. And if you don't know, McMurdo Station is usually where shit goes down. So this engineer, let's call him Jimmy Boy, claimed that he befriended a few of the scientists doing research there in 1998. The scientists told him that they had two types of ice they worked with down there. There was this ice that they drilled cores out of boreholes in the ground that was cold to the touch, usually clear or some shade of white, and melted into water. Almost all of Antarctica is covered with this type of ice, which is just normal ice. Clearly, this wasn't their main focus of research. The only times they ever actively study this ice is when film crews from like National Geographic came down to film a documentary. The other 95% of the time, they studied the forbidden sky ice, totally different than the ice that we're used to. Jimmy wasn't allowed in the labs where they studied sky ice because it was, you know, super duper top secret. But one time, one of the scientists he got close with showed him a piece of the ice, and it was unlike any other matter he's ever seen on Earth. First of all, you couldn't touch it with your bare hands and had to wear your heavy-duty South Pole exploration gloves when holding it because of how cold it was. Secondly, as you could tell, it was this solid, deep blue color, allegedly composed mainly of oxygen, and is why they called it sky ice. And oh man, I haven't even scratched the surface of how deep this goes. Oxygen has a freezing point of about negative 218 degrees Celsius, which is when it turns into a solid, so you'd practically get frostbite just by looking at it. Jimmy held it for a bit with his gloves, of course, noting that it was lighter than regular ice, almost like he could have thrown it up in the air and it would have floated back down. It was also slightly flexible and completely opaque, so you couldn't see through it at all. And it didn't even melt into water when it got warm, but just continually shrank until it ceased to exist, likely turning directly into oxygen gas, which is why they had to study it in Antarctica. They couldn't even transport it to anywhere in the world before it disappeared. The Russians knew about this too, and it's part of the reason they all have research stations down there. After 15 minutes or so, the sky ice was almost completely gone, and Jimmy asked his research friend where they even get this ice from. And this is where it gets interesting, because to that, the scientist replied, they get it from the wall. According to him, if you go deep enough, hundreds of kilometers inland from the coast, you'll run into a huge wall in Antarctica that contains this sky ice, the biggest natural structure in the world. This sounds a lot like the infamous ice wall from the pancake Earth theory, which states there's a giant wall of ice that surrounds our entire planet, and there's even more land beyond this wall if you somehow manage to get past it, including the legendary lands of Atlantis, Mu, the Garden of Eden, and even Asgard. Obviously, just an incredible stretch of a theory, but interesting to see the ice wall mentioned in a scientific setting here. Now, buckle in, because this is where it actually gets insane, in case you felt like it wasn't already. The US has known about this sky ice for decades, and back in the 60s, they actually tried boring a tunnel through the ice wall. They built a special boring machine made for the super cold temperatures of the sky ice wall and started digging. For the first 2 miles or so, the floor was solid rock, but after that, even the ground under them became the bright blue sky ice, until they got about 5 to 10 miles deep after an entire year of boring, which is pretty damn far and still no sight of the other side. When they realized the tunnel was shrinking and eventually got so small that they could barely even move their machine anymore. Turns out sky ice, when exposed to warmer temperatures, just dissipates into thin air, but in colder temperatures, like inside the tunnel, it regenerates itself. Eventually, the tunnel got so tight, it became too difficult to continue boring, so they scrapped the project, ditched the machine, and after many decades, the hole they dug into the wall has now been completely sealed. Now, some people say this sky ice wall sounds almost exactly like what would be called the dome or the firmament in the horizontal Earth, or at least fragments of it, and even the most popular book in the world had something to say about it. Ezekiel 126 reads, and above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. Now, whether you believe in the Bible or not, we can all agree it is by definition a historic text. Text that was written sometime in history. Firmament over their heads, appearance of a sapphire stone. I mean, I really, really don't want to believe this is true. And who knows, maybe this entire Sky Ice Antarctica story is just completely made up. But as always, what if?
Bro, that helicopter pilot gave us a lot of information. Sky ice is blue, and it's also biblical and mentioned as firmament things. Oh my god. And like, you can't take it out of Antarctica? Like, that is also kind of weird. Why can't I move this? You would think of all the things, it's like, it's that frozen. It's that frozen. And we can't get to the other side of it. It just gets narrower and narrower. And it's supposedly, there's a wall within the wall that we've already seen a few meters in to Antarctica. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'm like, yo, horizontal Earth is an interesting take.
This light bulb can monitor your Wi-Fi network and steal your password. Check this out. Now I'm going to put this bulb inside of a regular lamp. And it turns on like a regular bulb. As soon as the bulb receives power, it creates a Wi-Fi network that I can connect to. And here's the panel. I can choose from other Wi-Fi networks. I'm going to choose my own, select the monitor option, and now we have a bunch of what appears to be random data. I can download this file, and I'll show you what that can do. There are many things you can do with this bulb, including determining if someone is home with Bluetooth Low Energy, cracking your Wi-Fi password, or in my case, showing an insecure camera stream that runs over HTTP. I extracted the PCAP file into a tool called Wireshark, and now you see there's frames. Don't get intimidated. Watch what happens next. Constructing all them frames from Wireshark now shows a live view of my backyard because the camera is transferring over HTTP. The creator of this light bulb is named Peaks, a good friend of mine. I'll be linking him in the description or comments. Stay safe and check your light bulbs.
Dude, what kind of camera do you have in this modern age that's like streaming over HTTP? Even like half the browsers block off HTTP. That is just wild. Okay, so is it plausible for a light bulb to be a Wi-Fi detector and hack into it? Absolutely. There's so many attacks into Wi-Fi to get passkeys and stuff, and even if you don't have the passkey, someone else that just authenticated, you can grab. I'm sorry, hacker brain. You guys know I've won 2 hackathons. I've done so many IT things. This is definitely plausible. Where I get kind of lost is like, what's the distance that this needs to transmit at? You know, how close to proximity do you need to be, and how solid is that signal? Because you're just transmitting the same signal, or are you gravitating towards the closest Wi-Fi and hoping you get through? How long could each one of those texts? I've seen some 10 minutes, you're in 30 minutes and longer. It feels kind of slow, but I guess it's plausible. It's plausible. They put cameras in everything. They can put Wi-Fi hackers into things. It makes sense.
Y'all know how when our skin turns green or when we wear copper or fake jewelry? Watch this.
Why you turn green? From wearing that necklace or that ring or that bracelet or that watch to the earring. You're exposing your true skin color.
Stay with me. Melanin and plants go through the same photosynthesis. We absorb the sun the same as plants do. The only difference we have with plants is that they have magnesium and we have iron. Now, we know that our bodies are made up of a lot of water, almost 80%, 75. A lot of oxygen. What color does iron take when it's in water? That would explain why we are copper-colored beings. Now, when a leaf dies or falls in frequency, it turns the same color of our copper-colored skin. It loses its green color. They also try to say that the green veins we see in our skin is just a trick of light. Now, some babies are also born with green skin patches on them, and they didn't have no fake jewelry. And have y'all found it fascinating that babies don't have to drink water? You almost have to force them to drink it. Look, top 10 tips to get your kids to drink water to get them more exposed to this oxygen. And some people say that could be the reason why our bodies age. Because DNA passes down and stays alive forever because it's the magnesium that holds it together and keeps it alive, protects it. Now, plants are green. They don't have iron. They have magnesium. Now, we know in Egypt that Osiris is green. Yeah, green skin, immortality, magnesium. Even when we come out the womb, it says our bodies aren't suited for water for several months. Also, they can't tell where our genes originate, the civilizations that we built, the knowledge that we had. It is the oldest human DNA strain on Earth. What's in our skin is found in space. Y'all can say I'm crazy, but y'all know some of these aliens are different colors. We probably came to this planet with green skin. But y'all stay dangerous and let me know what y'all think.
Yo, what if the green skin was actually those, like, what was it? The two children that were found, the two green children from, like, the caves that originated from the Hollow Earth. I recently watched Godzilla X Kong, and there's a lot of Hollow Earth, the new era, whatever it is. Dude, that movie was wild. That movie was wild. They got so much Hollow Earth, Inner Earth. There's, like, really cool references in there, and the way the CGI is, oh my god, I loved it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. But yeah, I don't know if I agree. Green, you know what's crazy? I thought the veins were blue, and she's like, no, it's green. And then I thought the birthmarks were blue, you know, like the blue birthmarks some Asian descendants get, you know. Then they trace it back to like some like Mongolian stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's that Mongolian blue birthmark or something. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense. It goes away. And I don't know if it's all originally were green, but then again, the people from the Hollow Earth were green, but were they living forever? I don't know. These are the things.
I would not be in the ocean at night. This video makes me feel so uncomfortable. Check it out. That would be a terrible feeling. Makes me think about the people who are wrecked at sea. You're out there treading water at night, or a Marine.
I don't understand. Why did they always leave me? What was this video actually showing? There was nothing in the water. It's nighttime. I guess it's just the immense scariness of nighttime swimming. Yeah, that's why you don't swim at nighttime. That's why nobody works at beaches at nighttime. That's scary stuff. Why are you going out there at nighttime? Stay safe. Go when it's in the morning. Things happen when you go at night.
So you think it's like a giant fish?
No.
It definitely is.
Bro, it's something. That's the
Some of
tail.
that-
It's like perfectly.
Wait, what the hell? This is the thumbnail. What is this? Yeah, see, I got it here. I thought there would be more to this, but it just ended right after this. What the hell? I don't know. What does this look like? I mean, like, I could see like a squid. Maybe all the tentacles are ripped away or deteriorated, or an octopus head. Maybe a tarp of some sort, a blanket of some sort. I mean, looks jellyfishy almost. I don't know. Mermaid tail is what probably the right answer is. Wait, that's your right answer? Decaying whale tail. I have a watch later.
James O'Keefe here, outside energy enhancement. I've heard crazy things about this energy enhancement thing. Bobby Kennedy has talked about it. Tony Robbins has talked about it. There's crazy, wild claims, including that pro athletes are using it. They don't have to take pain medications anymore. We're trying to figure out if there's fraud involved in this or if they're embellishing claims. So I'm not using an iPhone. This is actually a hidden camera in a cup. I got my hidden cameras on. Integrative Vitality. They don't know that I'm filming. Here we go. Hi there. Is this energy enhancement?
We have the energy enhancement.
Oh, can you tell me more about like what it exactly is?
EE system is short for the energy enhancement system. Simplest term, scalar wave technology that recharges your cells, like you're charging your cell phone, and it charges it to 70 to 90 millivolts and creates an alkaline environment in your body, so your body can heal itself. Our bodies have an innate ability to heal itself, like when we cut our finger or break our arm, for example.
Well, I would love to try it out. And do you have an appointment that we could do today?
Sure. I can get you started right now.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right. You mind if I bring my coffee in? I can bring the coffee in?
Sure.
Okay, good.
So I've turned it on. When you hit this button, you're going to go into zero gravity. Okay. You sit back and relax.
see a little buzz, a little, I don't know, like electromagnetic sensation, energized, a little more aware, like a little less anxiety. I don't know how to explain it. It's like kind of juiced up a little bit. I think I'm going to come back and do it again without the camera gear as an actual client. So what just happened to me?
Something incredible, hopefully. The system that you're immersed in is recharging the cells of your body and allowing an environment in your body to heal itself. And sometimes you'll feel like a fuzzy buzzing feeling. That's the system kind of targeting the areas it thinks your body needs.
Yeah, it's like a fuzzy, fuzzy sort of sensation.
Yeah.
How does that happen? What exactly is happening chemically, biologically, electronically?
Well, like it's like charging your cell phone, your cells. Each cell has an electromagnetic field that gets excited when you're immersed in that scalar wave technology. And so as your cells are increasing to 70 to 90 millivolts and releasing the toxins from the body, you're creating revitalized cells. So they're not clumped together. They're kind of fresh and strong cells, and your body heals the ailments.
So I've just had this done. Feel great. If you want to learn more about how the technology works and do your own research, go to eesystem.com. That's eesystem.com. There's over 400 locations around the world. You can find a location near you at unifiedhealing.com. That's unifiedhealing.com.
Yo, this started off as like an expose into like, yo, there's some potentially weird things here. And now he's a patient and promoter of this tech. I've never heard of scalar wave tech, but it sounds interesting. Definitely don't understand too much. I mean, he didn't even listen to anything. He was just put into a zero gravity chair and played some mellow music, and he hears buzzing. Is it auditory? Like, what caused the buzzing? I mean, the monitors. I mean, it's also weird. They tell you to stay away from all these, computer, mechanical, whatever it may be, to stay natural. And they're literally putting you in a room full of monitors and electromagnetic fields and doing some things. You start to wonder.
Look at the muscle tone on this statue made from a single piece of rose granite. Check out the detail between the toes. This is incredible. This rose granite ranks an 8 on the Mohs scale of hardness, with a diamond being 10, so it's extremely, extremely hard. This detail is amazing. Look at this garment. Look at the detail on the belt, almost like an ultrasonic cutting tool was used, and of course, the belly button.
Of course, the belly button. Yo, there's a lot of detail that's shown here, but yeah, the question is, how did they do this? And we saw that one guy, hey, I explained how they moved the pyramids. He did the stone thing. We've seen that video, but like, how did they craft all this? What's the tech that was needed to basically carve into granite?
Here's another test showing the huge 24-inch coil. Just did all hand wound. It's like a work of art right now.
I'm not sure. So you put paper into a dodecahedron, and it just, am I pronouncing that right? Correct. Never mind. Just let me be wrong. And then the energy field somehow moves the paper. What's interacting with the paper? Only a fan could do that, right? Like, then wouldn't your hand also do things? But then at the same time, we've heard of cold emission. Oh my God, maybe you guys haven't seen that. Maybe that's the next video, where I had some goons send me videos, and one of them went through some stuff, and he's like, look at all the healing I'm getting. Dude, he got through a spinal injury. It was wild. He's got like cold emission or oscillating technology things. It's wild. It's wild. That is it. Guys, stay safe. Stay strong. I will catch you guys next time. If there are videos on the screen right now, if you're lucky, maybe there will be. Sometimes it takes like over 12 hours to get the end thumbnail and the videos up on the screen. But if there's videos up on the screen right now, click on them, get your Dune fix in, continue watching. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.